Alright, here we go. Cyberpunk-styled conversion of the LEGO Death Star, UCS Death Star, as so many viewers wanted me to do, is complete for now. It needs to be integrated into the Melonby district of Nujang City, technically beneath Nujang City, which is where it's intended to go, where it's intended to live. That entire space is going to have a cyberpunk theme per your requests again, but it's going to take quite a while. There will be a lot more added to this as part of its integration with that space, with that big display. But for right now, this is done. I'm going to move on to other things, but let me show you what I've done since the last update, which includes stuff all through here and going around to the other side. I'm going to start over here though. This is drone storage as previously described, to go with the hangar bay up here where drones fly in. They turn the corner and then they go basically through the floor, fly straight down towards this pad, and then they get picked up by a crane. So I did just a minor modification to this to reduce its size and to make it work a little bit better with my little drone models, the off version of them where the propellers are not spinning up like that. And yeah, it's just able to grab one of those off the platform supposedly, and then this itself is a drone, and it just moves around and places things where they belong. And when it's time to switch over to takeoff mode, it will pick one off the shelf at a time, moves very quickly, and bring it over to the pad where it does a little power on self-test real quick, and then flies on away. So there's some additional storage around here. Just did exactly what I said I was going to do. This is not supposed to be all dirty, and it's not supposed to have lots of pipes and wires and all that kind of stuff. This is supposed to be very clean and corporate. It's robots running around doing robot things in a very efficient manner, and I just have shelves. It's very much like just a basic warehousing facility, but fully automated and for things that ultimately will move on their own. Eventually, will I do more to this? Maybe. It just kind of does everything that I need it to do right now, everything that I expected it to do in terms of this space and the usage of this space. Doesn't look that great, I will admit, but I don't know, maybe it's not supposed to look that great. Maybe it's supposed to be a little bit of function over form. Eventually I might upgrade the form though. This is the trash compactor section. I mentioned before that I was going to be keeping that, and I did, and I've just kind of given it its own space. These, again, using Star Wars related pieces, always good to kind of keep it within the family when possible, and to use pieces that I wouldn't have used otherwise. Just a couple panels had those big stickers on them. I turned this into kept it as a fully rectangular arrangement now, and it has a door on the front. Now, there's a nice little surprise in this. I actually like how this turned out. So much better than the drone area for now. But see, this will actually push in. It's intended to work the way that the compactors on garbage trucks work, where it folds down and then pulls everything in, and then it can push out from the other side when it's time to release the compacted. I don't even know what you call those. It's not going to be a cube. It's going to be like a pancake of trash, but that'll get pushed out when needed, and vehicles to pick up those compacted bits of trash will just pull up right outside here, and we'll just get them dropped on down below. But the nicest thing here is that not only does this fit in very well, but it's a little bit squeaky right now, but it can be retracted. I like that. So much better than I expected. It just works better than I expected, I guess. It just folds away, so I can leave it open when I want. Don't have a Dianoga in there right now. Don't know if I will add one back. I don't know. It just seemed a little bit cheesy to keep that in there, but who knows? We'll see how I feel about that over time. But yeah, that just fits there and does the trick. So yes, I'm pretty happy about that. I did leave in the mechanism to allow this to move, to open just a little bit. I was kind of thinking that once it's compacted, it would just separate the walls a little bit to free up the plug of trash and allow it to be pushed out more easily. And then this area just has some random detail placed into it. It's a little bit difficult to see in there. Let me see if I can get another light to light that up just a bit. But it's kind of like a boiler room, and it uses repurposed Death Star turbo laser emplacement with just a handful of modifications to it. And there wasn't really that much that I could do with this space, especially given that it doesn't have any access directly to it. So there's kind of a need for imagination for figuring out how the figures get in here to get to work. I might change out one of these gray axles to make it just a little bit less random with that, but it's difficult to see in there. There's more detail than you really can see reasonably most of the time. I spent too much time working on this and it doesn't look as good as I would like it to, but I do feel it is at least a reasonable use of the space and makes sense with its proximity to the trash compactor, to have something else kind of industrial in that way. And now there is building all around this thing, fresh building. I have not done anything to the lowermost level because that's going to have to be fully dependent upon the integration with the space where this will eventually go. I have heard your consistent feedback about this looking too plain. I actually want it to look plain. I want it to be something that's stark and looks out of place, monolithic in a way, but I will continue to think about ways to add stuff from above or something to set it off just maybe a little bit better. It's definitely not supposed to have the rundown, low class, lower city kind of aesthetic to it. It's supposed to be clean and kind of brutalist in a way, while still having a little bit of futuristic flair to it. But that's gonna stay for now as it is. Eventually I will probably add some more things, some small details on top of this covered area up here to make that look a little bit more messy. Again, that will go with the integration with the rest of the space. This needs to be here like this as it is. Its overall layout. This again could use some work eventually, but I think I've made good progress in this short amount of time that I've been working on this. Putting so many new pieces in and not having any particular plan, certainly not having any instructions to do any of this, but just letting it go, letting the inspiration take me where it wants to take me, and just kind of following the pieces, following the builds as they are already there, and trying to change the character of the whole thing. So I'm gonna stop working on this for now, and I'm actually looking forward to doing some vehicles to go with the Melonby district. Remember that all of this stuff exists in the same universe and at the same time as the rest of New Jang City. It's just semi-autonomous governmental structure with different regulation ideas amongst the populace and the government structure of this area, the kind of local government. So it has allowed technology to evolve, and the expression of technology and social expressions to evolve differently, but it's not going to be crazy far into the future any more than New Jang City itself is. So that's going to be an interesting dynamic between those, but I'm going to do a little bit of small work on other stuff for the Melonby district, but also do work on top of the table for just the regular New Jang City stuff that's a little bit more familiar to more people. Thank you again for all of your support along the way. Thank you for all of your ideas along the way. Once again, this is all fully inspired by and requested by viewers like you, so I appreciate that. Glad to be able to do some stuff that is not 100% just my ideas, but incorporates a lot of your ideas as well and your requests. And I'm going to keep at it. I'll talk to you again soon. Thanks for watching.